So last time we talked about type 0 grammar, that lies at the top level, and we know that this is also known by various other names. One such name was unrestricted grammar. Another name was recursively enumerable grammar, and there is a machine required actually to accept that language, and that machine is a Turing machine. Okay, so now today we will discuss about type 1 grammar. So the type 1 grammar just comes under this type 0. Okay, so we can say that this type 0 grammar is at the superset level, we can say. Means any grammar or any production rules which are valid, all are satisfying type 0, because there is no restriction in that grammar. That is why it is also known by unrestricted grammar. And if we just look at this context sensitive grammar, or we can say it is type 1, it comes under unrestricted. It means there are some productions which may not be present under this context sensitive. Or another sense, we can say that all the production rules which lies under unrestricted are not present under this context sensitive, because this context sensitive, it comes under this type 0. So it is a subset, we can say. Context sensitive grammar is a subset of unrestricted grammar. So it context sensitive contains some specific production rules. So all the production rules which are present in this context sensitive, obviously they are also present in unrestricted, but vice versa is not true. कि अनरेस्ट्रिक्टेड में जितने भी प्रोडक्शन रूल्स होंगे वो सारे कॉन्टेक्स्ट सेंसिटिव में होंगे. दिस मे नॉट बी ट्रू, है ना, क्योंकि सबसेट कौन है? सबसेट है कॉन्टेक्स्ट सेंसिटिव जो है, दैट इज अ सबसेट ऑफ अनरेस्ट्रिक्टेड. तो सबसेट वाले सारे सुपरसेट में होंगे, बट सुपरसेट वाले सारे सबसेट में होंगे, इट इज नॉट कंपल्सरी. ओके, इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि जो प्रोडक्शंस हमारे अनरेस्ट्रिक्टेड में थे, अब कुछ रिस्ट्रिक्शन हमने लगा दी उनके ऊपर और रिफाइनमेंट कर दी उन प्रोडक्शन रूल्स पर, सो दैट दे कम्स अंडर दिस कॉन्टेक्स्ट सेंसिटिव. ओके, सो टुडे वी विल टॉक अबाउट कि ये कॉन्टेक्स्ट सेंसिटिव ग्रामर के अंदर जो प्रोडक्शंस हैं ये हमें कैसे मिलने वाली हैं. सो लेट अस डिस्कस दिस थिंग. We can have productions of type alpha to beta in this context sensitive. Alpha to beta type के productions होंगे, और there are some restrictions on these productions कि क्या होंगे. पहला ये कि the modulus of alpha is less than equal to modulus of beta, and alpha lies on the left hand side of production and beta lies on right hand side of production, and this modulus will give you the length of your that string. तो अल्फा साइड में जो स्ट्रिंग की लेंथ है वो हमेशा या तो लेस देन रहेगी बीटा की लेंथ से या इक्वल टू रहेगी. ठीक है, तो दिस इज वन सच रिस्ट्रिक्शन. यानी कि राइट हैंड साइड में जो बीटा है जो रिप्लेस करेगा अल्फा को, उस बीटा की लेंथ या तो अल्फा की लेंथ के इक्वल हो या बीटा की लेंथ अल्फा की लेंथ से ज्यादा हो. इस तरह की एक प्रोडक्शन होगी. एंड बीटा इज नॉट सपोज टू बी एम्प्टी, यानी कि बीटा की जो वैल्यू है वो एम्प्टी नहीं हो सकती. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि राइट हैंड साइड का जो आपका स्ट्रिंग है, राइट हैंड साइड दिस स्ट्रिंग बीटा कैन नॉट बी नल, दैट कैन नॉट बी नल। ओके, सो ये एक ऐसा रिस्ट्रिक्शन है दैट विल एक्चुअली डिफाइन द प्रोडक्शंस अंडर दिस कॉन्टेक्स्ट सेंसिटिव ग्रामर। और इस तरह का जैसे लास्ट टाइम हमने देखा था कि अगर इस तरह का कोई प्रोडक्शन रूल है, अल्फा 1 ए अल्फा 2 and it gives you alpha 1 beta alpha 2, so in this case we can say that this uh, a is a variable and alpha 1 is a left context of this a and alpha 2 is a right context of this a. Similarly here we can say beta is present here, so left context of this beta is alpha 1 and then right hand side it is alpha 2. So we can say that uh, alpha 1 and alpha 2 are same on left hand side and right hand side. It means a is replaced by beta. A is replaced by beta. Okay. And if a is replaced by beta, then we have to follow this rule. The length of the left hand side variable, it must be less than equal to length of right hand side string. So this, in this production rule, alpha 1 alpha 2 may be empty, यानी कि left context and right context may be empty. So if left context and right context on left hand side is empty, it means alpha 1 and alpha 2 on right hand side is also empty. But this beta cannot be empty, है ना, बीटा एम्प्टी नहीं होगा। अल्फा 1 अल्फा 2 एम्प्टी हो सकते हैं दोनों साइड में, बट बीटा एम्प्टी नहीं होगा। एंड द लास्ट पॉइंट इज द लैंग्वेज जो जनरेट होगी इस ग्रामर से, वो लैंग्वेज का नाम हो जाएगा कॉन्टेक्स्ट सेंसिटिव लैंग्वेज। और उस कॉन्टेक्स्ट सेंसिटिव लैंग्वेज को एक्सेप्ट करने के लिए जो हमारी मशीन है, दैट इज नोन बाय लीनियर बाउंडेड ऑटोमेटा। ठीक है, so we can again go back to the table and then we can check here the second entry. The type 1 is known by context sensitive grammar, and the language generated by that grammar is known as context sensitive language, and the machine used to accept that language is known as linear bounded automata. And obviously in further lectures we will discuss this linear bounded automata also, but by the time we need to understand only this entry, what is the type of grammar, how it is known by another names, language generated by that grammar is known by CSL, and this is the machine used to accept that language. Okay. Now we will explain it in further details. So this type 1 grammar is also actually known by context sensitive grammar. So there are other various names also. Another name is like it is known as length increasing grammar. It is also known by length increasing grammar. We will see why it is known as length increasing. And it is also known by non-contracting grammar. So these are another names of our type 1. So let us now understand what are the actually the production types first in this grammar, and then we will come to know that why it is known as length increasing and why it is known as non-contracting. When we understand the productions, we came to know about this thing also. So it contains productions of type alpha to beta, where alpha and beta are of some special types. क्या types है? Alpha belongs to this type of string, or this is the same string which we talked in our type 0. What is that string? The string on right hand side, it is says that it is sigma, which is input alphabet, union vn, which is variables or non-terminals, and there is a one or more, zero or more occurrences of the string, zero or more occurrences. It means it can also have null, empty. Then we can have vn in between here, which is again non-terminal or variables. And right again on right hand side of this vn, we can have zero or more occurrences of input alphabet union variables. It means alpha can be at least having one variable. एक वेरिएबल अल्फा में होना ही चाहिए, which is indicated by this vn in between these two substrings. Now what is beta? Beta belongs to input alphabet union variables, and it is a positive closure of that. It is a positive closure. So positive closure means it contains one or more occurrences. Now it means, it says that beta cannot be null as it is defined in our definition. The right hand side of this production cannot be empty. And why it is, why, how can we say that it is empty? Because beta belongs to only the positive closure of this string, and positive closure does not contain empty string. And what is the restriction in this? The length of alpha, it must be less than equal to length of beta. Okay, so now we have understood this production rule. Now we came to know that why it is known as length increasing and what is known as non-contracting. Length increasing kaise hogi? Because the length, because right hand side there is a beta, obviously alpha is replaced by beta. And if length of this beta is greater than alpha, it means next, whatever you get in the next string, obviously the next string will be larger than the previous one. So every time you replace alpha by beta, and if length of this beta is greater than alpha always, so every time you are getting a larger string. That is why it is known as length increasing. And why it is known as non-contracting? Because if at least if length of alpha is equal to beta, it means अल्फा की लेंथ और बीटा की लेंथ सेम है, और अल्फा को जब आप बीटा से रिप्लेस कराएंगे तो ऑब्वियसली जो नेक्स्ट स्ट्रिंग आएगी उस स्ट्रिंग की जो लेंथ होगी वो ऑब्वियसली पहले वाली स्ट्रिंग की लेंथ से कम नहीं होगी, उसके इक्वल होगी. सो यानी कि वट एवर यू गेट इन द नेक्स्ट आइटरेशन द लेंथ ऑफ स्ट्रिंग, इट इज आइदर इक्वल टू द लेंथ ऑफ प्रीवियस स्ट्रिंग और मे बी ग्रेटर देन द लेंथ ऑफ प्रीवियस स्ट्रिंग. So on the basis of this, we can say that either this is known as length increasing grammar क्योंकि length बढ़ रही है क्योंकि बीटा की length अल्फा से ज्यादा है. It is also known as non-contracting grammar because बीटा की length अल्फा की length के इक्वल हो सकती है. तो strings दोनों नेक्स्ट आइटरेशन में जो भी स्ट्रिंग आपको मिलने वाली है वो प्रीवियस स्ट्रिंग के इक्वल होगी, इसलिए इसको नॉन कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग बोलते हैं. तो दिस इज वन डेफिनेशन. There is another definition we can say on that is available present on the right hand side, and we will discuss this definition in terms of context. जैसे अभी we discussed left context and right context. तो context के term में अगर हम देखें इसको तो ये एक प्रोडक्शन है अल्फा ए बीटा which produces alpha delta beta. It means a is a variable on left hand side और इस a variable के दो context हैं alpha and beta. Alpha is a left context and beta is a right context. So it produces alpha delta beta. So left context of a alpha here is left context of delta here is alpha. Right context of a is beta here. Right context of delta is beta here. It means they are matching. It means how this a is expanded. A is expanded by delta. A is replaced by delta or a equal to delta. Where what are alpha and beta? Alpha and beta belongs to this type of string. This is means 0 or more occurrences of the string. Alpha and beta may be like that. So it can be null also. If both are null, it means the smallest string on left hand side is a and smallest string on right hand side is delta. It means a is replaced by delta. And what is a? A belongs to vn, which is a set of variables. And what is delta? Delta is a positive closure of the string. Why it is positive closure of this? Because if alpha and beta both are null, then we are saying that right hand side cannot be empty. That is why अगर alpha और beta दोनों null हो जाएंगे और delta को भी हम null कर देंगे तो right hand side का पूरा null हो जाएगा, which is not acceptable in type 1 grammar. That is why डेल्टा जो होगा वो हमेशा आपका पॉजिटिव क्लोजर होगा इस स्ट्रिंग का। ओके, so this is the another definition of this CSG, and on the basis of this second definition it is known as context sensitive, क्योंकि इसका context क्या है, लेफ्ट में क्या है context, राइट में context क्या है, on the basis of this it is known by context sensitive grammar। और लेंथ इंक्रीजिंग ग्रामर और नॉन कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग ग्रामर के लिए इस डेफिनेशन में, क्योंकि लेंथ जो है आपकी लेफ्ट हैंड साइड की लेंथ इज लेस देन इक्वल टू राइट हैंड साइड लेंथ, तो इसके बेसिस पे हम कह सकते हैं कि ये इसके दो नाम और हो सकते हैं। बट देयर इज वन मोर रिस्ट्रिक्शन इन केस ऑफ दिस। ये तो दो डेफिनेशन देखी हैं, इसके थ्रू हमें ये पता लग रहा है कि इसके अंदर राइट हैंड साइड में नल अलाउड नहीं है, बट इसमें नल अलाउड हो सकता है। इसमें एक ऐसी प्रोडक्शन हो सकती है जिसमें नल अलाउड होगा, और वो प्रोडक्शन कौन सी होगी, वो प्रोडक्शन होगी आपकी S2 नल, S2 एप्सिलॉन, यानी कि S, व्हाट इज S? S इज योर स्टार्ट सिंबल। तो स्टार्ट सिंबल से आपको नल प्रोड्यूस हो सकता है, लेकिन किसी सिंबल से नल प्रोड्यूस नहीं होगा। दिस इज द रिस्ट्रिक्शन। और ये भी कब? S2 null is acceptable, ये भी कब? Only if S does not appears on right hand side, यानी कि S right hand side पे नहीं होगा। जैसे कैसे? If S is your variable and you are having a production like this, A and S we can say suppose, or A S B, तो ये एक प्रोडक्शन ऐसा है जिसमें S के राइट हैंड साइड पे दोबारा से S आ रहा है, ठीक है। और हम कहते हैं कि एक प्रोडक्शन हमारे पास और है, दैट इज S2 नल, ठीक है। मैं सिंबल यूज नहीं कर रहा यहाँ पे, मैंने नल लगी है यहाँ पे। तो S2 नल, तो अगर S2 नल है और ऐसा एक प्रोडक्शन है जिसके अंदर राइट हैंड साइड पे यहाँ पे S आ रहा है, तो दिस थिंग इज एक्चुअली, इट इज नॉट अलाउड in type 1. Okay, so what is allowed? The allowed thing is if you are having this type of string, okay, because on this right hand side of S we are having variable A and S2 null is a production. So this, what is this decision saying? S2 null is acceptable only if S does not appear on right hand side. So in this production S does not appear on right hand side. Okay, so this type of production rule is allowed and this is not allowed.